Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Neighborhood Resource Center's Operation Prevention. Today, we're going to be talking about how opioids work. That will be our first lesson. So let's start out today by sharing our screen right from the get-go here. We'll get you to the top here. As you can see in front of you, it's about our brain and our body and opioids. So as we move through the process, if you have any questions, there'll be an opportunity in the Google Classroom to fill out some questionnaires. And as you fill those questionnaires out, that'll give you some information as well. So we want to welcome you to this class today. And to get things started, just want to remind you, this is being recorded, so it will be available. And this is brought to you by the Neighborhood Resource Center, putting prevention into practice for over 30 years. Some of you may know us because we've been in your school, or some of you may not. So first thing I want to do is I want you to get a piece of paper, if you can, and a pencil, so I'll give you a moment to do that. After that, I'm going to show you what I want you to do. So if you can go ahead and get that really quick, it'd be greatly appreciated. That's excellent. So let's start out with our first slide, and then what I want you to do is draw something that looks very similar to that. So you're making a T and you're having before, and you're having an after. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Once you have that done, I'll give you the next step to do. All right, now that we hopefully have that T done, I want you to think about how you're feeling right now. And on that side where it says the before side, I'd like you to write how you're feeling right now. So I'll give you a couple minutes to write those down on that piece of paper. And once you have that done, in a few seconds, we'll get started with the next piece. Now that you have that done, hopefully you have a piece of paper, you have something you can move around a little bit in. I want you to think of a physical activity you can do in place, like jumping jacks or push-ups or sit-ups or running in place or dancing. And I want you to go ahead and something's going to make you feel good. And I want you to go ahead and do that. We're going to do that 1-minute challenge. All right, so 1 minute. Let's get our timer ready here. Let's see, we got a timer here somewhere. Let's get out of this real quick and let's do a minute worth of that. So let's go into, let's see here, where are we going to be at? Let's go to this one here, share that one. All right, so we're going to do a 1-minute timer. So let's get a 1-minute timer online here. We're going to reset this. We're going to do a stopwatch for 1 minute. On your mark, get set, go. So while you're doing that 1 minute, remember jumping jacks or running, dancing, anything you can do. You can even do it with your family right now. We're going to do that for 1 minute. 40 more seconds. Come on, you can do it. 30 more seconds. A little bit faster than timer, huh? All right, keep going. All right. We're down to 20 seconds. We can do it. We can do it. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's stop doing that. So let's go back to our PowerPoint again, where we were at just a minute ago. And let's share that again. So what I'd like you to do now, okay, let's get to the slideshow here so you can see it from the current slide. What I'd like you to do now that you've done that, how do you feel now that you've done those things? So before, maybe you felt tired, bored, sad, frustrated, excited, or mad. How do you feel now that you did that 1 minute of exercise? Do you feel energized, excited, happy, silly? Exercise activities, particularly continually aerobic cardio ones, causes your body to release feel-good chemicals. Do you know anyone who is addicted to exercise? How might these chemicals affect their behavior? So in the Google Docs, when you're done, I want you to think about how are the chemicals that exercise doing affect their behavior. What I want you to understand is that exercise creates a rush of chemicals in the body, commonly known as a runner's high. So there are chemicals in our brain and body that give us a high that are good chemicals that release those particularly feel-good chemicals, and there are those that increase those feel-good chemicals that aren't necessarily good for us. A person who's addicted to exercise seeks the good feeling they experience when working out. So we don't typically all feel the same at the same time, so everybody has different feelings. Aerobic exercise can cause you to feel good. Exercise releases feel-good chemicals in our brains, and people can be addicted to the good feelings they experience after exercising. So, I want you to think of an activity that makes you laugh. What makes you laugh? In the Google form, you can either post your answer there, or you can draw something, take a picture of it, and upload it to the Google Classroom. Put it in the comments. So what makes you laugh? Some examples that might make people laugh are joking with their friends, a funny movie, cartoon, a comedy show. Why don't you think about how do you feel before you laugh? I should say that. How do you feel after you're smiling laugh? Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel less anxious? How do you feel? So I want you to answer in the Google Docs once again. How do you feel when you relax? So you don't have to have that now. You can do it afterwards. So you can go to that. And how does the effect of laughing compare to exercise? So once again, go to that Google Docs and you'll be able to answer these questions. Laughing can change how we feel or boost our moods. Laughing produces the same feel-good chemicals as exercise. When you feel good from laughter or exercise, that can increase your pain threshold. All right, so the next activity, if you have some chocolate around the room, I'd like you to get it if you can. Ask your parents' permission to make sure. If you don't have chocolate, find something that you consider your favorite food, something that is not going to cause any issues for you. Once you have that, I want you to take it and I want you to eat it very slowly with your eyes closed, and I want you to focus on how that changes your mood. On a Google Docs, I want you to tell us, how do you feel after eating that chocolate or that food? So you can write that down on your piece of paper just to go back to that later on, or if you have them both open at the same time, you can do that as well. What do you think caused the effects that you felt? What do you think caused the effects of what you felt? So go ahead and tell us in that Google Docs the answer to that question. Eating chocolate also causes the release of chemicals in your body that makes you feel pleasure. Chocolate is considered a comfort food because it makes many people feel better when they're stressed or sad. What might happen if you eat a chili pepper instead of chocolate? Once again, I'd like you to go on the Googles and answer that, or you can just write on a piece of paper. These are not required questions. We just want you to get your opinion so I get an idea. Well, some of you might say, my mouth hurts. Some of you might really like the taste. Chili peppers contain a chemical called capsaicin, which puts the heat in chilies. The burning sensation causes the body to release the same feel-good chemicals that chocolate releases. In this case, the chemicals help us to reduce the pain in our mouth. These chemicals also cause the pleasurable feelings associated with eating spicy foods. So what are some additional examples of an activity that might release feel-good chemicals? So what activities make you feel happy afterwards? Remember, you can put these all in the Google forms that you'll have that'll be uploaded into Google Classroom, or you can also put them on a piece of paper. Love to see your answers though. What activities do you do to feel better? Maybe you feel better if you score a point in a game. Maybe you feel better when you get a hug. Maybe you feel better when you eat a hot sliced pizza, or you do something that makes you feel good. Some key points I want you to remember about natural mood boosters is chocolate and food we like. Heat also causes feel-good chemicals in our body like exercising or laughing does. Foods that make us feel good are known as comfort foods. Comfort foods can make us feel better when we're stressed or sad. Eating comfort foods can become an addiction for some people. Each person may have different comfort foods or foods that release feel-good chemicals. Different activities can feel different to different people. Now, I want to show you an image. As you can see here, we got the chocolate as well as there. But I want to show you the image of a brain. Have you ever seen an image of the brain lighting up like this? What do you think's happening here? Why don't you tell me in the Google form there, what's happening there? The messages in the brain are transmitted or sent across cells. This image shows messages being sent between cells in the brain. The colors, the red and yellow here, represent the brain activity that corresponds to messages being transmitted. that feel-good chemicals produced by your body were endorphins. The body's nervous system produces endorphins in response to certain sensations, mainly stress, fear, or pain. In scientific terms, the endorphins block messages of pain from reaching the brain and stimulate pleasure centers in the brain. Endorphins are only one type of neurotransmitter or chemical that sends messages through the nervous system. So what I want us to remember about endorphins is, number one, messages in our brains are sent between cells. Number two, through science, we can see how brain activity reacts to endorphins. Three, feel-good chemicals are also known as endorphins. Four, the body's nervous system produces endorphins in response to certain sensations, mainly stress, fear, or pain. 5, endorphins block messages of pain from reaching the brain and stimulate the pleasure centers of the brain. 6, endorphins are only one type of neurotransmitter or chemical that sends messages through the nervous system. So let's kind of review everything we've learned today. We know, number one, everybody's body produces feel-good chemicals or endorphins. Number two, we can create endorphins by exercising, laughing, or eating comfort foods. 3, endorphins help block pain in our bodies. And finally, knowing how endorphins work in our bodies can help us make good decisions. Well, let's see what you remember through the presentation today. And in the assignments, there's a Kahoot activity that you can do. So we're going to see how you do it. Next time we get together, we're going to talk about what actually opiates are. We'll talk about the facts, we'll talk about definitions, and we'll understand all those things about it. So once again, you can check in the Google Classroom to see the information, where I'll have this recording posted, as well as the Google form and a Kahoot for a review to see how well you did. All right, this is Barry Schmidt from the Neighborhood Resource Center. Hope you're having a great day. Until next time, the Neighborhood Resource Center, putting prevention into practice. Have a blessed day.